One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik. Melancholy. Data plus feelings. For the last 2,000 years, melancholy was a disease, not a feeling. In ancient Greece, they thought black bile, one of the four humors, was the cause of melancholy. It's one of the best documented emotional states in literary history. But in modernity, the use of the word depression has replaced the use of melancholy. In 1621, a dude named Robert Burton wrote a 900-page book called The Anatomy of Melancholy. It's thought to be the first real book about mental health ever written. Being the last one walking out of your middle school on the last day of school. Empty hallways, empty desks, sun shining. Watching a Charlie Brown Christmas and hearing the Vince Guaraldi music. Standing on a mountain in silence, sun beating on your face, a spent bullet casing in your hand, looking down at the frosty dirt where the biggest elk you've ever seen was bedded moments ago. Then the multi-mile hike back out with a light ruck. The last day of work for the year. You walk through your office shutting the lights off as you go, down the stairs, through the shop and out the front door, snow falling. You think about your headspace last January, your bets, your anticipation, your nervousness and worries. You yearn for a fight, the fight of business. Leads, sales, labor, marketing, vehicles, clients, paint, profit and losses, HR, legal, and all the rest. Some of these you did not look forward to. Now you miss them, maybe even reminisce about them. I felt this feeling of melancholy since I was very small. It's always been with me. It's a safe, warm feeling for me. A quiet, thoughtful sadness. Not despair, more nostalgic. And I often wonder if others have the relationship with this deep, introspective state that I do. I would imagine most people think that this is a bad thing. But I smile when I'm melancholy. I mourn what has just passed, but then realize what lies ahead. Mostly blue ocean for people like me. It brings me back into the fight. I have the data from the last year now, thousands of cells on spreadsheets that add to my knowledge, but I see zeros on my dashboards and a whole bunch of numbers on my projections for next year. Melancholy leaves, then anticipation fills the gap. It's the Friday after the last day of work for my company. I sit on my couch with my dogs, hot black coffee in hand. The tree my wife expertly decorated glows in the corner. If I told her what my favorite Christmas tree theme was, sent her links for the ornaments and decorations, gave her a budget, and drew up some conceptual plans, it would not have turned out as good as it did. I stare at that tree like I assume most middle-aged men stare at Christmas trees, with melancholy. I think about the holidays of my youth. My grandmother Nana, who lived for Christmas. I feel like she worked the entire year to make it magical for us. My wife Toots does the same now. It's below zero. I can hear the wind outside, and it's dark, and it's Friday, and I'll be doing entrepreneur things all day to prepare for next year. I alternate petting both of my Britneys. I didn't grow up with dogs, and I'm melancholy about that as well. I told my family that we could get a dog when we moved to the farm, and then we did, and then got another. Then I think about the historic home we sold to buy this farm. It's now over 100 years old. Christmases were made for that home, or vice versa. And I think about a similar time when I stared at a similar tree 18 years ago when I started this business and started having kids and was trying to figure out my place in life and my purpose. I felt melancholy then for the things that were in my recent past. I liked that feeling then as I do now. This time of year, I mourn the passing of stuff. It's tough to talk about melancholy and mourning because people think these things are bad. And they could be, but not for me. I look forward to this season each year, the most melancholic time of the year. But I also look forward to standing up, putting on my tan uniform, and moving through the new year with intense purpose. But not for the next few weeks. This has been One Page Weekly with Nick Slavik.